My name is Ernesto Perez. I want to thank everyone, and this is my audience, and I want to thank you for coming into this evening. Today I'm going to be doing a presentation for speech, and the presentation is going to be very informal, and it's going to be talking about credit cards. Credit cards, starting into credit cards, there's obviously functionality we could go into two, which is going to be the debit card and the credit card. Debit cards obviously are from your finances physically, and you could see credit cards as minor loans with interest rates. Getting into more into interest rates is basically a percentage of how much you owe from the banks if you're doing a small loan. And if you don't pay within 30 days or a month, according to your bank issuer, it gives you a time limit of what to pay. Then you could do it financially break it down into months, into weeks, or to whatever case you want. Obviously, the payment goes through every month. It cycles through over and over again. Obviously, you have to pay over again. Some credit cards I could lovely mention. There's as students, we could recommend from Discover cards that have rewards. Let's say for Amazon, we have also Amex cards, which is have benefits for cashback values. We have Venture cards for people who gives you miles for you could travel into places. I gotta say, like, one of my favorite cards that I recently have not purchased, but one that I've applied for myself is the American Express. One of the cool features and benefits to it is as I spend, I get 3% back into my account, into a separate account to use for, let's say, gift cards or reward cards, membership cards, and anything like that. One also, going back into the Capital One Venture card, it turns those rewards, the small percentage, into miles. So let's say you do a purchase of $1,000, you get, let's say, 1,000 miles. And honestly, you could get a nice trip to, let's say, from Miami to Florida from here for free. Also, they also have great, for Disneyland, for American Express, they have a special lounge just for being a member for Amex. A cool thing that I want to talk about, a very important thing to talk about is as long as you have your credit card, the longer you have it, the better it is and it builds up your score. The score, what it is gives you a value of how responsible you are with a card. It goes from ranging from 300 to 850, which is a perfect score, which is obviously a lot of rich people, not rich people, but very wealthy, very responsible people that have very high income and high output of money usage. One big thing that you don't want to be in the 300, average is saying 750. 750 is a great average credit score. That's very, very high, and you're very applied to many offers. Obviously, one thing I could recommend, obviously, is applying for credit cards. It does do hard inquiries. What that means is they have to pull your credit to see what you've done and see your history of your credit cards and into income and finances. One great thing that I could say is don't apply to store credit cards just because it's only for the moment. They might offer you, say, let's say 30% off your purchase for that physical time now. But one of the big things that they won't offer you, it will be for many other purchases. They'll be only for that one purchase. It'll only be, let's say, more coupons or stuff like that. So let's say cards like Macy's, Victoria's Secret, or let's say Home Depot credit cards, I wouldn't really recommend them just because you could get probably the same rewards in other gift cards. They're very versatile. One of the biggest things that people mess up is not paying their credit cards on time. The problem with that, it could be, let's say, it does drop your credit score. So let's say you do miss a payment. Some credit cards are lenient with it, so you could miss a payment and they'll give you 30 days to pay it off. And let's say you're very lousy with paying your cards, it could go down and down and downhill from there. It could go to your credit score going down and down. One of the biggest things that I could say about credit cards, why it's so important, is that some credit scores could reflect from your jobs, future careers. Let's say if you're an accountant and you have bad credit score, it's going to reflect, and they could pull that and they could see you. They'll rather have someone with higher, obviously, because you're dealing with money and it carries a huge responsibility within your whole lives. This is one of the biggest things that people use for credit cards to build up their credit score is cars. Cars is a very, very great way to start into building up your credit score because you're financing it for long term, let's say 72 months, which is a few years, and you go monthly by monthly paying it off. And you always want to have a good amount of, let's say, of a balance that you still have used. One of the recommended apps that I could use is obviously Credit Karma. It is free. It does not harm your credit score in anything ways. It's not very specific, but it is very good. I want to thank you for joining me with this this presentation. Like I say, if you have any questions, just let me know in future hands. Thank you.
Thank you.